And welcome to the final episode of this fantasy football program of the regular season. Yes, I hate to see it go, but well, there could be more episodes if I can indeed get into the playoffs. Because I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The bad news, we'll start with that first, is that my team More Roar in Bobby Connolly's league, they're 3-9, heading into the week 13, and it's pretty much a done deal. More is not going to make the playoffs. They're like in ninth place, 3-9. They're done. They're. It's not going to happen. I tried. I tried the best I could, but with Aaron Rodgers going down, it certainly didn't help out my playoff hopes for that team. So thanks, More for doing all you could for me with the players on that team, but it just didn't happen. And I look forward to next year in the Bobby Connolly's league and trying to make some more headway. On to the good news, and that's my other team in the other league, Trevor Scheibe's league, the Dodgeball Underdog League. It's Uber Film Narrator. Yes, I'm at 7-5, and I'm in a tie for fourth place. But currently, if the playoffs started today, I'd be out of the playoffs because the tiebreaker is total points, and I have the least amount of total points out of anyone in that tied spot. So basically, I have to win, or I'm out of the playoffs, or out of the running for the playoffs at least. And well, what do you know? My opponent in the last week of the regular season, it's none other than Mr. Average Joe's himself, the number one team right now, Trevor Scheibe, the guy I faced last year in the championship game of the whole league. Yeah, I lost. I lost. He was the better man. I finished in second place, and now I find myself having to beat him again just to make the playoffs. Oh man, what a turn of events, you know. You know, it just you never know what's going to happen throughout a league, and this time I started hot 3-0. You know, I had some losses. I had to win the last couple games to get back to 7-5, and now I've got a chance to once again make the playoffs, to squeak in just like last year. And you know, it's been a rough going, I suppose. I started out so well, and you know, some players, C.J. Spiller for one, he's been a pretty much a bust, and I guess my team has suffered because of that. I've had inconsistent running back play. My quarterback Tom Brady's been less than he has the past couple of years. So I had to rely on guys like Philip Rivers to kind of spot start in there to get me points when I needed it. And he's been above average, but certainly not something I can count on from week to week either. So this week I've picked up two properties, I suppose. One is the Redskins' defense against the New York Giants this week. The Giants are the 32nd ranked 32nd ranked team for giving up points to fantasy teams, or to actual teams, and so they're 32nd ranked. So they give up the most fantasy points to defenses, and with the Redskins, I thought that would be a good matchup, you know. So I got them through the free agent wire, put them in there, and hoping for the best for them. Hope they get like 20 fantasy points, some ridiculous number to really help me out. And the other guy that I'm really excited about, I guess, is Bears quarterback Josh McCown. Now, obviously, I'm a Bears fan. I got my Bears pennant up there. Thanks, Mom. And it's funny that my fantasy hopes kind of rely on my actual like true to heart hopes of the Bears. You know, I'm a huge Bears fan, and I wish them to win a Super Bowl. All the time. It rarely happens. Not since 1985, of course, or '86. And so yeah, I picked up Josh McCown because he's also got a very good matchup against the Vikings, who give up a lot of fantasy points to quarterbacks. So I'm looking for him to have a great day in Minnesota under that dome. See if he can throw it down the field, give it to some guys like Alshon Jeffrey, a little bit of Brandon Marshall in there. You know, just both of them combining to create the greatest duo in the league in the receiving end. So here's to that. And so, as I send off this final regular season fantasy football broadcast for the Uber film narrator that I am, here is the fantasy golden helmet right here, the golden dome, reminiscent of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish or something. But this is NFL, so let's stick to that, I suppose. And the final thing I'll write. How about playoffs or nothing? as that's what it's come down to. If I don't make the playoffs, I got nothing to show for it except for these various videos, and I'll have to hand off this helmet to the winner of the Dodgeball League. So there we have it. Your post-Thanksgiving edition of this Fantasy Football League ridiculous program is coming to an end right about now. So thanks, and hopefully I can sneak in, and I'll have more things to say. So long then. Bye-bye. Whoop.